Okay, we are back again after another technical problems. Looks like someone do not want to make the broadcast for today, Mr. Parker. But we will make this race happen, and we are waiting now for the race starts. The race director starts the show for us today. 14 cars on the grid in a very small track with 31 laps. And by the way, Tom Parker, what do you? Who is the guy that you think will win today? Who is your pick? Who you pick today for win this race?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Frelick, if he can get out front, always a good chance. Frelick's obviously very quick. Kieran Parkin, he hasn't actually shown what he can do in the warm-up, so he's a bit of a dark horse, but obviously very, very, very quick in the qualifying session, taking the pole position by a quarter of a second, pretty much. So I think it's going to get into turn one, seeing him maybe after a couple of laps, we'll see what kind of strategies people are on, and I think we're going to make a better decision then. If I was to go with my gut, I would say Parkin, mainly because he's got a surname very similar to mine. But yeah, he looks very, very quick in qualifying, so I'm going to go with Parkin.
I don't have a option today because there's too many good guys in front, and we don't know what strategy they will make it. So I think if he depends of how the starts will be, and these five guys that have a chance don't make a pit stop, I think who will win today will be the guy that make a better start and can pick the first place in the first corner. Science is a very difficult track to overtake. Mm,
Yeah, yeah, like I said, qualifying. Sorry, everything is very difficult, so you're going to struggle to get past the group today. So getting out front, getting the strategy right. If you can tire save and get out front, even better, because in that way you'll be able to hold one stoppers up. You'll be able to make your strategy work a bit better, and you can take it from there. So I think, like I said, I think the zero stop will be the better option. It's just a case of getting out front and holding up those one stoppers and causing them as much trouble as you can.
yeah, Size Tom Voss today was not on track, so if Tom Voss was on track, probably I was to talk. Tom Voss was not win because you make a pit stop, as always, but he's not on today on the track to make that happen. So we're still waiting for the race starts. 6 minutes to end the warm up. I don't know if the race director will start now or waiting to count down B to zero. So at the moment,
Yeah, we're going to be going at the end of the session.
yeah. So, by the way, talking about the academy team that we're racing from a challenge tomorrow in Baku, the lineup will be a guy that is racing today with us is Jack Nichols. He's making now 50 best lap on the warm up, and he race tomorrow on Baku with Mikhail Mala. It's interesting lineup for the academy series in a track that is very tight, as we see before in the academy series. Since a lot of things happened weeks ago. So it's 5 minutes now to end the warm up. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay, we are back. The warm up is ending now, so finally we will start the race after some technical problems, and we have 14 cars on the track still. And as we talking before, me and Tom Parker are a bit nervous to see what will happen in this race today. How will be the strategy that the guys, especially the guys on the front, you made it, and what will be the corner that people will try to make the overtakes. Since this track is very tight and difficult, it's like how I can explain. I feel that I watch a race in Zandvoort on Parker, but a track that is more lovely to watch than Zandvoort, you know?
Yeah, it's a bit wider, isn't it here? A bit wider, a bit... I mean, there is... I mean, you probably can overtake into turn 1 and 2 here. I mean, turn 1, if you get a good run off the final corner, and obviously you've got a slipstream DRS, potentially, and then into turn 2, if you get a good run out of turn 1 as well, same as before. So a good run out of turn 1 down to 2, tight left-hander, very good chance there as well, but obviously it's going to depend a lot on the strategy we go as we advance to the session from Mr. Mike Bell and RD today, and we get to the grid.
So 1 minute to start the formation lap. We still now the driver is still.
So I think we've lost Rodrigo now. I don't think he's just talking, but yeah, we're our way onto our formation lap today, led by Kieran Parkin with a brilliant pole position in qualifying today. Tahui into second place, but followed by Cheramukin in third, Frelick in fourth, Tomiyasu in fifth, Sobek in sixth, Jack Nichols in seventh place, followed by Thomas Jacobs in eighth, Mark Singleton ninth, and Rian Hoekstra rounds out your top 10 today. 11th place we have Teichmann, and 12th we have Young. 13th place Scott Mitchell, 14th Skipala, 15th Philip Morby, 16th Matt Webb, 17th Stefan Schreider, 18th Francis Cabrera, 19th place we have Rick Wiersma, 20th Tujak, 21st McLean, 22nd Penny, 23rd Woolard, 24th Smagax, 25th Checkets, 26th Mark Wicks, 27th Adam Sitch, 28th Hallows, 29th Rietberg, 30th place is April Karsgaard, followed by William Fry in 31st, Magnussen 32nd, Dezou in 33rd, Golder in 34th, Campbell Wallace in 35th, 36th is Ryan Easton, 37th is Mr. William Panisi, 38th Fries, 39th Lambert, and rounding out your grid today, and we'll be starting from the pit lane, is Lazaros Philippakos.
Oh, I joined in the server after lights out that happened in my house. So
there we go. Rodrigo's back. Fantastic. Sounds like he had a power cut, but there we go. He's back, and we can all hear him. And happy days. That's grid going through Rodrigo, and they're just lining up now. What do you think is going to happen?
I still joined the server, so sorry guys for the problem that happened.
That's all right. I can lead it for a little bit. As like I said, they're just lining up now. Kieran Parkin just getting into his grid slot now. Starting on the left-hand side. If Tahui can get a good start here, we'll have the inside for turn 1. So we'll be interested to see if Tahui can get a good start into that first corner. But we are still lining up on the grid. Lambert not even near the, not even back towards the back of his grid slot yet. So just got a little bit of time before we start. Obviously, Philip Parker starting from the pit lane, getting in. So we'll have a good opportunity to get some good places after turn 1 should there be an accident. Still waiting for them all to line up. It looks like Lambert is in now. We are just waiting for the lights to kick off. We are going to watch from the front of the grid. Just waiting for these lights now. These drivers are going to be nervous, obviously getting ready for their first start, potentially in Super League. Obviously, Kieran Parkin, what can he do from poles? We've got 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights. Will Kieran Parkin get a start? And we are go here in Poland. Parkin off the grid now, and he has a good start, followed by Tahui and then Relic. And it's all 3 wide behind him, going into 5th, 6th, and we'll go into turn 1. Here we go. Nice and clean so far for the front few guys. We've got some side-by-side action, but generally pretty clean onto the entry in the middle part of turn 1. Now we're doing next, we've got a car off on the exit of turn 1 there. That is, who can I see that is? That's John McLean. He's unfortunately had an accident going into the exit of turn 1, but we've got a free set on the exit of turn 1 as well. But turn 2, we are through, and we're looking pretty clean actually, so well done, Academy.
So I'm back here after some problems, and we see Parking on the front with Tato in second, Frank in third. Vadim in 4 and Guilherme in 5 is a top 5 at the moment. Let's see if you have some problems in the start. At the moment, no problems. I see all the 40 cars on the track without breaking some wing. So very nice start for 14 cars in a short track, guys. And this gap is interesting. Parking in the front with Tato in second with Felix. Vadim and Guilherme start to not pick good enough the gap compared to this guy. So maybe Tom Parker parking Pathway in front will start to make a one-stop hit.
Yeah, if they are going to make a one-stop hit, now is the time to try and pull away. I mean, obviously we saw Frelick parking and Tatsui had some good pace in warm-up, so this could potentially be the thing. And they've already got a 1 second gap back to Cheramukin, who we think is going to be in the 0 stop. So now is the time for them to special.
I'm sorry, but talking about Tomiyasu, he was overtaken by Thomas Jacobs, so now Tomiyasu in 6th position. He will don't try to pit him, so he's trying to be more slower now and try to pick the pace to put this car on the track without need to make a pit stop. But let's see if you can find a fight for the position at the moment in these 40 cars. The grid is. Oh, look at the guys in the 31 position. It's a train basically. It's a heavy train, and I have a lot of cars near. So if one mistake happen here, probably a lot of guys will be smashing into one because it's very very near. It's not easy, especially with the dirty air that these cars have. And already have a DNF. It's Patrick Magnusson, the guy from Iceland. He's left the server. So we have the first DNF on the race. It's a pity. So now only 39 cars on the track. And now Kieran Park is in the first position at the moment. He making now another lap. The second position is Jamie Tatoe with Frankie. And Tatoe pick a little bit of grass, so Frankie now have a chance. He put on side part of this car. And nice overtake after a mistake by Jamie Tatoe. Nice overtake. The guy from Poland now he have a one guy that he want to overtake. It's Kieran Parker. He put this as his goal right now. Besides the track is his country, so he wants to show a very good spectacular today.
Yep, obviously taking the opportunity with both hands as Tahui went off. So good stuff for Frelick in second place. Now going to be trying to chase down Parkin, obviously who took the pole position, so we'll have a good turn of speed in his car. Teichmann lost a couple of places. He was in 11th, he's now down to 13th place after a little off earlier on, but Matt Webb is going...
Vadim spins! But what a recovery by Vadim! He spins the car, but make it be possible to not lose so many positions. So he just lost the 4th position, and he's still on the track. What a move was that on Parker to save the car after a mistake he did it.
That's his ITC. That's his ITC experience coming in. Obviously, he did ITC with I think it was with your Neptune team, wasn't it, last year? So. Obviously, he's got that little bit of experience in him, but yes, good save from him to keep it into 5th place. That promotes Thomas Jacobs up to 4th place. Thomas Jacobs, who I do know will be at some point in this race. So hopefully he'll be able to take the fight to the top 3 as they are up on the way, 2.5 second gap in front of him to Tahui. But good stuff. And obviously, Cherry will now be looking to recover from that off.
And by the way, we see that almost Jack Nicholls overtakes Sovic for the 7th position at the moment. We still have some fights here. And see if you can find something right now. I just see a big train. I see a fight. It's for the 27th position. Lazarus against Takash. and Lazo started to pick the slipstream, make you try a dive bomb. He make a dive bomb and he make the overtake. They still side by side with Tuckhead. And what a move by Filipakos, what a move. But Tucker hit a little bit him on the here, but it's still Filipakos with now the 27th position. We need to remember, Filipakos also on the last race, he started from the last position on the grid, and he make a lot of overtakes. So probably is a guy that we can talk that maybe he will finish in the top 15, because he always make that.
We've got about 14th place. Webb going on to Mitchell. He's trying to look into turn 1, but Mitchell comes off the inside. Very well, they nicely defended, and then they're going to be going into that order 14th, 15th,
and look, Jack Nichols against Phil Morby. Phil Morby tried to overtake Nichols, and Nichols, as we see in Baku, he showed that he's a very good driver on defensive. He defends very well his position, and I hear a crash. Who was that crashed the car? Is Mitchell. Mitchell lose the front wing. Oh, what a pity. He lost a lot of positions, and you need to make the entire lap without the front wing in a track that needs a good downforce. And Mitchell he's a dangerous situation right now, but he is respected and he don't try to make a silly move. So Mitchell, you need to make the. And now at the moment, Kieran Parker, Simon Frankie, look Frankie, he's very near. He opened the DRS. You try to put it on the inside line against Parker. Parker on the outside, Frankie on the inside. It's not possible. Frankie, don't try now. So we still will see Parker on the front, but Frankie is very fast at the moment. He make the best lap on the track, 13.2. So Frankie is on a mission today, Tom Parker, as we see it. He really wants to win this race.
Yeah, he obviously tried to go up the inside into turn 1. Obviously, Parkin had the better run out of that corner and obviously lost again a lot of time with obviously taking the late apex into turn 1, which Frelick means lost now half second behind. Like you said, much faster on that last lap. He actually gained 7/10 of Parkin in that last lap alone. So Parkin had a bit of a poor lap. So essentially, tyres maybe starting to feel the heat, but Frelick looking very good for at least an overtake for the lead today.
Yes, and we see how the dirty air is massive, because Frelick lost a little bit on the sector 2, but now in the sector 3 that is more a straight part of the track. Look how he wins.
Charamuka's off, he's gone off! Spins in pretty much the same place.
Again, he lost control, but he's still on the car now, but now he's on 9th position. What a bad day from Vadim after he shows that he's a very nice win he have in Baku, and now he lost another position. So now he's on 10th position. Not a good day from the guy from Russia, but the race is still on the start, so he still have a chance to overtake these guys in front of him and make a decent result. But maybe today the win for him will not be possible after these mistakes. So let's see the top 5 in the moment. And Parkin have a back marker in front of him is Mitchell. So the first back marker to Parkin overtake, but it was a good position to him. So Parkin is not having his chance now. But the 3 guys near to each one. Parkin in front with Frank in 2nd, Tato in 3rd. Then we have Jacobs in 4th with Tomiyasu in 5th position. So this is the top 5 at the moment, and Tomiyasu.
Phil Morby overtake Jack Nichols for 7th place around the outside. Very good move there from Phil. Jack's obviously going to have it's a little bit wide there, but he's going to have the run going into the next corner. But I think he's a little bit too far back, and now he's going to have to worry about Singleton behind.
It looks like also maybe Phil Morby will try to make a pit stop. I don't know. And Nichols just tried to pick his car on the track, and let's see the moment. Looks like Sovic against Tomiyasu. Yeah. Sovic is very near. He opened the DRS and probably he'll make an overtake against Tomiyasu, and it will be a very easy overtake. Tomiyasu don't try to defend, so now Tomiyasu in the 6th position and Sovic in 5th position. Look at the dirty air. Tomiyasu almost picked the grass and spins the car. But looks like Tomiyasu is the guy at the moment that is trying to do pit stop. So depends how with the gap against him and Park. You can see the guy from Brazil win today. Maybe we don't know if the guys in front will still try to make a pit stop or not. I think they will try to make a pit stop because the difference of the laps is too much. Basically, it's 1 second.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's safe to say that these top 3 or 4 potentially could definitely be going for a pit. Scott Stebbins really pulling away as well. So Tomiyasu looking very good if he is indeed zero stopping to have a good crack at winning this race. Obviously, we are going to be 8 laps through on the end of this lap, so we'll be seeing pit stops in about 7 to 8 laps time, depending on when they decide to pit in terms of splitting the race 50-50 or maybe 60-40, etc. So still a few laps to see how it all plays out. But yeah, Tomiyasu looking good on those zero stoppers to take a very well-earned victory if he doesn't get that way.
And looks like Frederick again is very near to parking, but now he have a chance because he can pick the slipstream on the final part of the corner, and he will try or not. I don't think he will try now. Frederick is still trying to basically cook in Parker, put pressure on him, talking. Oh, I'm still here. I can't overtake you wherever I want, but I do not want to overtake you now. Looks like this is how Frederick shows to Parker that he is very near to him. And
oh, who's that gone round? It's Harris Young gone round into turn 2, a bit of a round and back that went, and yeah, he's just lost a couple of positions there. So unfortunate for Harris Young, down to 13th place. Also, Philip Morby overtook Tomiyasu into turn 1, slipstream, empty inside, nice and easy. Job done. Philip Morby into 6th, Tomiyasu down to...
Yeah, it looks like Tomiyasu is struggling a little bit on this first stint. I don't know if the guys that overtaking him now will make a pit stop or not, but maybe it's time to Tomiyasu start to try to defend more his positions. It looks like he don't take care of the overtaking now because he will maybe try to finish the race without pitting. So that's why he don't try to defend too much the positions right now. So now he's a lap 9 of 31.
Oh, big accident between Hallows and I think that was Tukash. Oh, and even bigger Campbell Wallace and Tukash is up in the air.
Oh, is end of the race for Tukash. What a horrible accident! He flying his car off the track. What a pity from the guy from Poland. Wow, that's a massive crash. And
as
wow.
we've got Will
I have no.
track as well.
Yeah, it's a pity. I have no words for this crash. Tom Parker was insane what I see now, and a lot of cars probably be out of the race. Tukash is out of the race. Also, James Lambert is out of the race after that. Campbell Walls is on the pit right now, trying to fix his car as I see it. And Ponisi is still on the track. Looks like he don't lose nothing, but probably he will try to make a pit stop. Yes, he don't go to the pits. He's right on the track. But looks like he has some problem because his suspension is broken. His car want to turn to the left, so basically is maybe Ponisi make a pit stop because his car is not in a good condition right now.
Yeah, he's bumped the wall pretty hard, did Mr. Panisi, so I saw that, Will, so you're going to have to apologise for that one. But yeah, he's had a bit of an incident going into one before. He's struggling to turn it around, so yeah, it's unfortunate, but he's still going, which is the main thing. But yeah, that accident involving Lambert and Tukash and Co, it was just an unfortunate. I mean, Campbell Wallace had absolutely nowhere to go, so it was just a complete and utter situation of bad luck for him. But he does carry on as we go. We've only got 2 retirements so far, so it's actually pretty good. And we've had a few pits, 3 retirements to make that, sorry. So, I mean, not bad for 9 laps in, pretty much, 10 laps in. So, good stuff from these guys. But Frederick's still there on parking, still about half a second behind, keeping that gap quite nicely.
By the way, we need to remember, since we think that Tomiyasu is the only guy of this top 10 that will not make a pit stop, the gap from Tomiyasu to...
Frederick's gone off. Frederick's had an off, and he's lost time to Tuhi. Yeah, he's lost the positions to Tuhi.
Oh, but look, Frederick against Jamie Tatway. They still fighting for the P2. And last corner, Frederick makes a better apex. So Frederick is still on the P2, even with the problem he had. But now the difference between Frederick and Parking is 2 seconds. So Parking wins now a good advantage with that. And probably he will not see more Frederick for some laps in near to him. And another mistake, Frederick making a race, Tom Parker, after he also lose a good chance to win in Baku after a mistake he did it.
Yeah, it seems to be a story with Frederick. He's very, very quick over the 1 lap, and obviously he has got quick race pace. It's just always very Chomuku. He's going a little bit wide coming out of turn 1 again. Lost to place Jack Nichols from 9th and 10th. But yeah, it seems Frederick seems to make these mistakes a little bit too often and cost him a lot of places potentially in races. Obviously, academy races may have cost him the win a couple of times. So he needs to work on that a little bit. But this is what academy's for. It's learning through your racecraft, learning how to cope in these situations, and obviously he will get there eventually. Obviously, he's got a very quick pace turn of pace in him, but gives Parkin a 3-second gap to now just concentrate on saving his tyres, saving his fuel, and see how far he can go before having to make a pit stop if he does so at all.
Yeah, so as I talked before, we think that Tomiyasu is the guy that will not make a pit stop in the top 10. So the gap from Tomiyasu now to Parkin is basically 13-14 seconds. So this is the gap you need to see if Tomiyasu will have a chance to win today or not, because the pit stop is short in this track. So maybe
Phil Morby pits from 6th place, so he do have a guaranteed pitter there.
Yeah, so the first pit stop, thinking about the strategy, is from Phil Morby, and also Imponisi is on the pit, probably to start to restore his car after the crash he had it. So Phil Morby is the first guy, and we have a DNF also in this race, another DNF. Michael Teichmann, the guy from Mexico, the team boss of TR Bluevos, is out of the race, so the pity. Michael Teichmann is out of the race.
Mark Wicks hasn't got a front wing. He's coming into the pit to repair that, as we have Checkits in as well for, I think, maybe to be a plan.
A lot of guys we see lost a front wing today, Parker. And also is a short track. These guys will be a back mark for the guys on the front, so it will be not a easy work to the people that is on top now, like Parkin and Frelick. And by the way, Thomas Jacobs now is very near to Tetway, so maybe Tetway can lose his position to Jacob. Jacob shows a very good race pace. So let's see. Now they make the final corner and see how Tetway is on the pits. James Tetway is on the pits. So the stretch will start now on the lap 12, basically, the lap 13. So Tetway is on the pits now to make his pit stop. So basically, the guys on front, as we think about, will make the first pit stop. But in what lap Frelick and Parkin will make the pit stop? This is the doubt, but we want to know that they're still on the track. And the last lap by Parkin, by the way, on the moment we see the difference right now was 14.3. Frelick make 14.0, so Frelick is still more faster in the moment. And Jacobs make a 14.9, almost 50. Tomiyasu, that is the guy that we're talking about, he make now 16.1. Maybe he lost time because of the back markers, but his last time was about 14.9, so he's still in a good pace for a guy that still have a full tank basically on the car.
So interesting. So Tatui had about a 4 or 5 second gap on Philip Morby as he came into the pits, but Tatui's actually only about a second ahead. So seems like the undercut is going to work wonders here for some of the drivers. Yeah, Phil Morby's just done the fastest first sector, interestingly. So yeah, it's looking very, very quick. Bit of a poor turn 2, mind, but yeah, Philip Morby looking very, very quick on the fresh tyres.
Yeah, as we see, the fresh tyres now in this track. So probably Phil Morby maybe. And Jacobs on the pits. Another guy is on the pits. It's Thomas Jacobs. And let's see if Tatouhe make the undercut, because he pitted first and then Jacobs. So let's see where is Jamie Tatouhe. He's on the 18th position at the moment. Phil Morby is on front of him. So Jamie make a mistake. So probably Jacobs win a position with that. So and nice, very good one for Jacobs. He's out in all of the pits and probably on the front of Tatouhe, because Tatouhe make a mistake. And Jacobs now in 13th position.
If he'd managed to get a second in front of Cabrera, he'd have been laughing. He'd have had a great amount of free air. So, but looking good for Phil Morby. It's looking very, very good for him. Carvalho also came in that lap. Frelick's got his pit light on as well, so we could see Frelick and Singleton also got his pit light on this lap, so we could see them all come in.
Yeah, and the moment, let's see the top 5 in a moment. Is Kieran Park in the Q1. We make the pole position also. Frelick in P2. Frelick now is only 1 second of difference than Parkin. And Frelick is on the pits. He goes to the pits. So this is important. How time Frelick will win with this pit stop right now? He's pitting in the P2 and the moment it was 1 second of difference than Parkin. He was more faster than Parkin in his stint. So let's see if he can make the undercut. So Parkin is still on the track. He make another lap. He's the lap 15 now. And Sovic is now in the P2 with Tomiyasu in P3. The difference from Tomiyasu to Scott Sovic is 5 seconds. So, and Jack Nicholls in P4 at the moment with Matt Webb and P5. Vadim, the guy that we're talking about, is in P6 right now. So if he don't want to make a pit stop, maybe he can make a top 5. We don't know. So Frelick go out of the pits in P7. So Frelick is now in the P7 at the moment. So this is interesting. Let's see if he parking. You make the pit stop right now, Tom Parker. What do you think?
Oh. Phil Morby's made a mistake. He's gone down back behind Tatue, who has, funnily enough, just set fast lap race for 13-0. But yeah, Morby had an incident. Looks like in the middle sector, now down to 15th back behind Tatue. But Jacobs didn't gain that much time on didn't gain too much time on 7th place Relic. So obviously he was held up behind Cabrera, so that may have cost him a few seconds.
And by the way, Frank have Vadim in front of him. And Vadim is not an easy guy to overtake, but we know that Frank have way better tires. So let's see how Vadim will act against Frank. Frank probably will make an overtake, as I see, because he's way more faster. You see how fast is Frank in a few laps, basically, because probably he can make a 12 in these conditions. And he open his DRS, he go to inside, yes, he go to inside and make an easy overtake against Vadim. So now Frank is in P6 in a moment. And Parking still don't pit the car. He still don't pit. He's still on the track. Stop still don't pit. Also,
Parkin does have his pit light on though, so we could be seeing him in this lap. Sobek does not. Tom Lassie does not. Jack Nicholls does have his pit light on, so I'm expecting him in at the end of this lap. But yeah, Frelick looking good. He's looking good to potentially have overtake Parkin after this little. Parkin's turned his pit light back off. So is he going to be zero stopping? I'd be very impressed if he is with that pace.
Yeah, if he make that with this pace he have right now, will be very impressive. But I don't think so. I still have my doubts. Let's see if Parker repeat his lap. He don't pit. He still make another lap. And now his lap is 14.2. This is important. He make 14.2 at the moment. Let's see what lap Frelick will make, because Frelick was in P2, but he have Matt Webb in front of him. So maybe he lost a little bit time because he need to overtake a guy in front of him right now for the P5. He make now the last part of the track. So let's see how much you lose with that. And oh my goodness! And Matt Webb goes to the pit, and what a risky move. Frank was still way faster than him, but Frank lost a lot. He makes 14.9 in his lap, so he's still Parkin have an advantage with some laps that he don't make a pit stop. And Parkin now is on sector 2. The difference to Parkin to Sobik, that is the guy in the second place at the moment, is 13 seconds. So if Sobik don't make a pit stop, it's very interesting. Tomiyasu is also in the P3 at the moment with Frelick and P4. So the difference now with Tomiyasu and Frelick is 9 seconds. So I think Frelick, you have a chance to overtake Tomiyasu. So if Tomiyasu will be the guy that no make a pit stop today, Frelick have a good chance to win, Tom Parker.
Absolutely, yeah. Frelick looking pretty good as Parkin comes into the pit. So now it's crunch time. Well, have Parkin done it enough in these few laps to try and get an overcut on Frelick? Frelick obviously getting stuck behind Matt Webb and a couple of other drivers on his way to getting through. So now this is going to be absolutely key. Frelick still round the corner. He's still got a corner and a bit to go as we've got a car off.
And also Sobik is on the pit. So now the lead is from Tomiyasu. But Parkin is out of the pits. Let's see Frank. Frank make now the last corner. Can he overtake here on the make undercut? No, he don't make it. So Parkin is still on the front of Simon Frank. But now the difference to Parkin and Tomiyasu is 8 seconds. So now is the lap 18 from 31. So is lap 19, sorry, from 8:31. So now Kieran Parkin has 8 seconds to pick from Tomiyasu to go back to the lead. So Tomiyasu now is the P1 in the moment. So as we see, Tomiyasu will accept the strategy of don't make a pit stop. So can Tomiyasu make the win? Because at the moment, all the wins in Academy Racing this season at the moment is from guys that don't make a pit stop. So can Tomiyasu continue this streak, or Parkin and Frelick today will break that, Tom Parker?
I think it's going to get broken. I mean, I think it's just so you saw it in the final corner with Webb and Frelick, which by the way cost Frelick taking the lead. Him being stuck behind Webb for that one lap cost him taking the effective lead of this race after pit stops. But yeah, I don't think it's possible. I mean, if you look at the final corner, you get such a good run off that final corner with new tyres, and then you've got DRS as well. It's going to take a mammoth effort, I think, for Tomiyasu to take the win today. But Frelick isn't far behind. He's only a second, and Parkin's got cars battling in front of him, so this is going to hold him up massively.
But look at the difficult to Parkin. He have 2 back marks in front of him. He overtake now Easterhand and Golda. And oh, look, Golda, he almost hitting Parkin. This is dangerous, because if this happened, basically the race was going for Kieran Parker to have a win. And Frank have now a back marker Golda in front of him, and Golda looks like he don't like to respect the blue flags. It's not a good thing to see from a back marker. We know that Tom Park is. We don't call make the things. You need to be respectful on the track. You need to be you don't need to be a kid on the track. So I don't like what this guy make right now. He almost destroyed the race for Frelick and Parkin.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. So, I mean, Frelick, I think, was okay. Parkin wasn't too bad, but Frelick, I think, he's got caught out with the closing speed. And, yeah, not what you want to see, but obviously that's what like I said earlier. This is what it's all about, to learn about and all that. To learn about race etiquette, etc. But, yeah, now we got some three of the back markers. No cars now between Tomiyasu and Parkin. So, Parkin's 5 seconds he's actually taken as he took 1.2 seconds out of Tomiyasu that last lap, so he'll be with him in about 3 or 4 laps at that pace.
I hit a hit, and it's Panisi. Panisi lost his front wing, and he also need to give the positions, but it's like he picked the grass to almost he hit Woodlard that is need to overtake him also. Not a good race for Panisi, but Jamie is out of the race. Tatuhe is out of the race. Oh, and look, Penny! What a heavy crash for Katie Penny. Probably he's out of the race because he's go back to the track, but even with a heavy crash. That was crazy. And Vadim is out of the race, Tom Parker. So 2 guys that we can think that have a chance to win today is out of the race. Jamie and Vadim. Vadim that wins in Baku last race.
So yeah, looks like Vadim's had an accident as has too. So I wonder if they've come together at some point. I will just have a quick look on the replay. Give me 2 minutes and I'll have a quick get back.
And was an accident, Jamie and Vadim, but I don't fight here. So
not far away now. He's going through the corners. I wonder if he's over there. Yeah, so Cheremukin's gone off in the fast left-right and just absolutely binned it, where he spun twice already before in this race. Binned the car, lost his front wheel, he's out. And a very unfortunate accident for Cheremukin. Like I said, potentially a race winner today, but not this time. Let's have a quick look to see what's it.
Is the pity, but okay, let's continue see the race. At the moment, Tomiyasu is still on the P1 at the moment, but now the difference for he and Parkin is 2.3 seconds. So Tomiyasu is the first position at the moment. Kieran Park is second with Frelick in third. Jacobs in the fourth position with Scott Sovki in fifth. This is the top 5 at the moment. So Tomiyasu, he don't have a easy job today because he need to defend his position in a track that eat a lot of the tires. So probably the tires from Tomiyasu is very dead right now, but he have 10 laps to make the job. Now the lap that Tomiyasu made it is 15.5 against 13.6 from Parkin. Is a very big difference. And look, Parkin is already very near to Tomiyasu. And Tomiyasu also have some back marks in front of him, but if Tomiyasu can catch these back markers, maybe he have a chance to defend for some laps, but I don't think so. Probably the strike will be beating today, since we see that Parkin is very near. And look, Tomiyasu, he make a little bit mistake, so probably his tire is dead. He cannot have a chance to defend his position for Parkin. Parkin tries a dive bomb. Tomiyasu and Parkin makes a move, so he go back to the lead. So Kieran Park is now in P1 with Tomiyasu in P2 and Frank is P3, and Frank is very near to Tomiyasu also. So if Frank wants to have a chance to win this race, he need to make the move against Tomiyasu right now, or he cannot have a chance to win today. But Tomiyasu will not give you easy things from Frank as I see it. So Parker is now in the P1. Tom Parker with the stretch to do not pitting today was not the best as we see it.
No, I think Tomiyasu just didn't quite, unfortunately, she didn't have the raw pace to go, but it looks like Frelick's now going to have the DRS on Tomiyasu. He's going to try and make the move into turn 1. Oh no, he's not quite got enough top speed actually, interestingly, so he's going to have to try and make the move into turn 2, get a better exit out of 1. Lovely stuff. Is he going to have the time to make it to turn 2? Looks like he's going to go outside or inside. He's going to go to the inside. Nice little dummy there, and up the inside Frelick goes. Can he make the move stick? Tomiyasu, good turn speed actually, good little exit there, but and Frelick is through, but not without a little bit of contact.
Yeah, but looks like Tomiyasu don't try to fight. He just wants to win in a good position. So he have a good chance to make the podium because the difference to him and Jacob is 8 seconds. So if this was the goal that Tomiyasu wants today, he make a very good job because he's on the podium right now.
Yeah, 8 seconds. I mean, Jacobs was 2 seconds faster on that last lap, so potentially he could still do it, but I mean, it's a tall order from that. Sobix is third, 5.5 back from Jacobs, so Tomiyasu third or fourth. Either way, still be a good result at the end of the day. Qualified down in about 6th or 7th, so it would be good stuff.
Yeah, but Simon Frelke, he's from Poland. He raced in Poznań, so he's on the mission right now, and he have a lot of back markers to overtake. And his difference now to Kian Park is 2.8 seconds thanks to the back markers in front of him. And now let's see the lap with Parkin do it. It's 14.2 against 15.2 by Frelke because he lost 1 second to the back markers. Tomiyasu now make a 70.0, of course, because he lost a bit of time because of the back markers, but he's still in a good pace. He shows that he have a good car for these conditions. Let's see at the moment we have 32 cars on the track. Bonis is still on the track. He's the guy in the last place right now on the cars that is still completed a lap. So the difference to Parkin to Frank is now 3 seconds. Frank have a lot of back marks to overtake Parker, so he overtake some guys, but he still have walls that he needs to overtake. And this is a problem because he needs to push too much, but maybe he cannot have a car.
Oh, I think we may have lost Rodrigo again. I can't hear him, so if so, I'll continue anyway. But yes, like I said, Frelick 3.5 seconds behind Parkin with only 6 laps to go as they cross the line actually. So not long left now for this race for Frelick to try and make something move, but Parkin does seem to have the pace for him, so looking good for that victory today. Frelick obviously second place ever the bridesmaid, unfortunately, but fingers crossed he can make it work. Tomiyasu losing time now to the back markers, interestingly now. The back markers obviously got the right to unlap themselves if they're faster, for which they are. Jacobs has taken, as he crosses the line, Tomiyasu 16.2, Thomas Jacobs has a 14.7, so that's another 1.5 seconds out with 6 laps to go. He should be on him in the next couple of laps. I don't think Sobix is going to have enough time to catch him. It's further 5 back from Jacobs. Philip Morby a further 11 back from that. So the top 5 as we go on to lap 26 is Parkin in the lead with Frelick, Tomiyasu, Jacobs in 4th, and Scott Sobik in 5th. So a bit of a shaken up order. Obviously, Kieran Parker's obviously stayed up front, but obviously quite a few incidents down below for the likes of Cheremukin, who have qualified very well, but have not quite made it work in the race today. Lazarus Filiparkos has made up 25 places so far, started at the very back of the grid. Actually, started from the pit lane, shall I say. He's actually made his way up to 15th place, so good shout out to him. And how many more places can he make up in this race before it is over? Starting lap 26 now, he is. Looks like the one stop was the strategy to go for today. So very well done to the guys who chose that. I think zero stop, like I said, he would have had to be right at the front. Maybe he's had to pump out lap after lap and lap and just hope really. But it looks like the fresh tyres may have just been the one who to take the decision today. Parkin does a 14.1 compared to a 14.7 from 14.2 from Frelick. So a 10th gain for Parkin. That lap looks like he's just going to try and ease off and try and make this win today. He's 4 seconds clear of Frelick with 5 laps to go. Sorry. Thomas Jacobs has taken, he's taken a further 3.5 seconds out of Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu had a very poor lap and only an 18.5. So Jacobs is going to be right on the rear of him by the end of this lap. He's in 4th place, 1.5 seconds behind. He's got a few lap cars between them, so that may cause a couple of issues, but he will no doubt be going through with those once they pop up. So they're only 4 seconds behind Jacobs, so potentially within a shot of a top 4 finish today. I think Philip Morby is currently 11.5 seconds behind 5th place Scott Sevens, so I think he may be a little bit out of reach for that top 5 today, but still nevertheless a good job from 15th on the grid for Phil. Jack Nichols currently in 7th place, having made a pit stop earlier on. 14.0 his fastest lap of the race, and he's 3.5 seconds behind Phil, so not too far behind, potentially within a shout of 6th place should any more mistakes happen up ahead. And Singleton in 8th place, only 3.5 behind Nichols. So looking pretty good, and obviously Matt Webb, obviously not involved in an incident, but obviously getting in the way of Frelick as he went to go pits. Obviously nothing Webb can do about that. Obviously trying to do what he needs to do, going to the pits. That's Rietberg into the pits, Martin Rietberg. Not sure if that's for an incident. And Jacobs going on to 3rd place. He's made his way back up there. Can he do it into the turn 1? Is that turn 1? Oh, yes, it is. He can't make it work, but he's going to get a better exit. And that overspeed is going to give him a good run to 2. But Tomiyasu does have the inside, and Tomiyasu slots in behind. So Thomas Jacobs up into third place on the grid. A little bit of a mock-up, but lovely and stopped in time. And that is Jacobs up into third place. Very good job from him. As out front, another 10th gain for Parkin. So it looks like he's just matching Frelick lap for lap here with only 3.5 laps to go of this Polish Grand Prix here in. We still have 31 runners and riders today. William Panisi is the wooden spoon of water, but like I said, Mr. Admin himself, William Panisi, 8 years away. His last race was in 2012, so a long time out for Mr. Mansell using a G25, which is pretty ancient these days, but still a wheel nonetheless. But obviously betting himself back in, so it's great to see him back. Other old drivers we've seen, obviously not all newbies. We do have some experience heads on the grid. Obviously, Thomas Jacobs being one of them, having won Formula Challenge races in the past, and as well as World GT races here at GPVWC. Scott Sovic, obviously part of the touring car scene back when he was around, so he's very successful in there. Philip Morby, obviously a GPVWC veteran these days as well. Jack Nichols as well. Jack Nichols has been there around, obviously commentator extraordinaire these days, but he has done a bit of sim racing himself and has done a few races here in GPWC in the past. Lazarus Philip Harcross, another one who has done plenty of races, as is Mark Wicks. Mark Wicks actually was runner-up in the 2009 Super League Championship way back when. So Mark Wicks, not accustomed to these sort of to this sim, obviously, but a very good driver on his day. So it's good to see some of the old names returning, making their way, obviously, sim racing in a very good place at the moment. Obviously, the unfortunate situation going on in the world at the moment. But everyone's obviously, like I said, welcome to join GPVWC.com. Give us a check out. We do have our new website as well. If you head over to, I can't remember the website. That's really bad. Sorry, Stefan. But yeah, GPVWC-simracing.com is our new website, and obviously made by Stefan McCready and all the team behind him. Great website if you want to check out some more information on the league. It is there. Looking forward to seeing you guys next time out, which I believe we are in Canada for our next race, which will be a lovely, fun track. So there'll be plenty of overtaking, plenty of strategy they can go on. Let's get back to today's race. So, like I said, Pierre Parkin out in the lead. He only has a couple of laps left before he finishes. 1.7 laps left before he finishes to race this year. Makes some retirement. Always Parkin goes off a little bit. It's a little bit. I don't think the pressure's getting to him, but you know, a little excursion gives Frelick maybe a sniff of hope, but potentially not with any to do. But as Tom Yassi now defending from Scott Sovic for 4th place, just got through that absolute horror show of some back markers. That's awful, but gets through there. Obviously, back markers, nothing they can do. They need to try and get out of the way as best as they can, which they have done so. Sovic now half a second behind with 1.5 laps to go. And Tom Yassi, can he try and get this victory today? Sorry, not victory. Oh, it's Nichols. Nichols is off. Nichols has spun, coming from 7th place. Singleton gets past, and he's just lost 8 places. Lost to Matt Webb. Jack Nichols just a couple of laps left to go. Releases 7th place from Singleton and Webb. So good stuff from them. Unfortunately, Jack's still going to get a shout out of the top 10, so hopefully he can keep it on the track in the last couple of laps as Kieran Parkin now starts his final lap of the race. Into turn 1 he goes. He has absolutely controlled this race from start to finish. A little bit of a scare in the pit stop phase. Frelick had a very good chance of undercutting him there, but then Frelick got stuck behind the back markers, and Kieran Parkin has from there just absolutely controlled this race. Scott Sobic, though, is going to be making a look onto Tom Yassi as he goes into turn 1. Into turn 1 he goes. Tom Yassi going to try and roll it around the outside, but nothing doing just there. Scott Sobic up into 4th place. Very good job from the Norwegian. Another good driver. Obviously today is Kieran Parkin, has qualified on pole. Hasn't quite got fastest lap, interestingly. Fastest lap of 13.0 actually from, I believe, from Jamie Tatui actually earlier on in the race before his retirement. Yeah, Jamie Tatui, obviously before his retirement, it's over 13.0. But Kieran, apart from that one little excursion last lap, has absolutely perfect race. His timing with the back markers, dealing with them as well, has been absolutely fantastic. Coming through the final corner now. Starts on pole position, has led pretty much every lap of this race for Kieran Parkin through the final corner, and he takes a very well-deserved victory here in Poznań today. Fantastic job from here. In 2nd place, Simon Frelick. Good race at your home Grand Prix. Not too bad. 2nd place, he will not be complaining with that. Thomas Jacobs a little bit down the road. So, your top 2 today, absolutely clear of the field. Obviously, potentially a few more had they not retired. But Thomas Jacobs through the final corner into 3rd place. A great job from Tom. Great measured drive from them. And Scott Sobic, 4th place as well. Good stuff. And Thomas Yassi, 5th place for the man who did the 0 stop today. So good stuff from Philip Morby only just ran out of laps to catch him, but Philip Morby up from 15th on the grid into 6th. Well done for him. Singleton taking 7th place. Got one more corner to go. Here he goes into taking Jack Nicholls' 7th place at the death. 37th place for him. Matt Webb in 8th place is coming through the final corner now, just making through this corner, and there with no problems. Good stuff from him. Webb finishes in 8th position today. Jack Nicholls with that second to last lap spin, loses 7th place, is still a very respectable 9th place finish for him today. Cabrera into 10th, and Schreider, spin on the final corner. Come on, he's going to the line, he's going to lose it. Just about gets 12th place from Young. 13th Young finishes in the end. Scapala 14th, and your final would be points finisher, but obviously no points in the academy race. But your final person to be crossing the line on the lead lap is Lazarus Philippakos from the very pit lane. Finishes in 15th place. Caitlin Penny 16th. Wallace 17th with a pit stop as well, so good stuff from Campbell. Mark Wicks 18th place, obviously like I said, veteran of the league. Hallows in 19th. Rietberg 20th. Carlsvard 21st. Hoekstra 22nd. Fry 23rd. Checkers 24th. Golder 25th. Adamczyk 26th. Smagax 27th. Mitchell 28th. Willard 29th. Eastham in 30th, and your final runner and rider today, William Panisi. Your retirements today were Deju, Fries, Tui, Cheremukin, McLean, Teichmann, two cash with that, massive accident early on. Lambert and Magnussen unfortunately retiring on our first lap. Congratulations all around to Kieran. Great stuff from him today. We'll see if we can get a couple of interviews from the podium runners and riders today. Great race today. Lots of overtaking considering the track that people said they couldn't overtake on, but still good to see some good stuff today. Do have a interview. Mr. Third place on the grid. I'll drag him into the room now. Is his microphone going to be on? It's not. I mean, well, he might not be here, but no, Thomas Jacobs is here. Hey, he is here. I know he's here. I've seen this mic come on. Thomas Jacobs, third on the race today. I can't remember where he started, but great job. Obviously making that one-stop work, getting the undercut on a few drivers, and yeah, very good.
Yeah. I started 8th. Managed to get a good launch. Got side by side with the car in front. Apologies, I don't remember your name. And just sort of maybe didn't know I was there alongside. Got a little bit onto the grass. But yeah, all my moves down into turn 1. Nowhere else to really overtake on that. But yeah, I'm surprised I managed to get third. I mean, I knew the track was going to be a bit of a challenge, especially one of the corners. You have to get it right. If you go in too tight, you hit the curb. You go. Take it too wide, you're on the grass, and you spin it again. And it was just a case of just trying to keep clean and stick to the strategy.
Yes, well, obviously you made the strategy work very, very well. Was it always your plan to one stop, or did you think a zero stop was possible today and maybe look after your tyres, or was it always going to be, no, one stop, undercut, go for it, and go?
In testing, it just seemed like the one stop was the way to go. The tyres were just burning out so quickly. So it's like, okay, let's see what I can do one stop wise. I decided to fuel the car about half and half. Did some testing to see, if fuel can go in with tyres at the stop. It did. It's just like, okay, that cements that. So I was pretty much locked in to a one stop from the start of the race, just because of fuel. I had to stop. I ended up stopping a lap earlier because I wasn't sure if the fuel would do another one, but it seemed to work. So yeah, good strategy in the end.
Good strategy indeed, and like I said, a podium finish from the end. So well done, Mr. Jacobs, third
Thank you
place
very
today.
much.
Will you be seeing you in Formula Challenge potentially soon, or any other
Oh.
career ladder, or do you think Academy?
I'm enjoying Academy at the moment. It's just a sort of turn up and drive. You don't have to worry about rules or penalties and stuff like that. I'm enjoying it. And if I meet people on the server and all that, and if you guys who have raced against today or in the future need help with setups, just send a message. I'm more than happy to help. It's all about getting into the league and
It's going to stay out.
developing as a driver.
Oh,
Yep. Sorry, Jack Kieran in mid to a conversation, but yeah, sorry.
hello.
Well done, Thomas Jacobs. Thank you very much for coming in, and we'll hopefully see you next.
Yep. Thank you very much. See you next time.
And from mid conversation to the interview room to victory today, top side of the podium, Kieran Parkin. Superb, very well done. Qualifying very, very well, obviously, and then the race seemed to be under control. So talk us through how.
So pole position, bit of a surprise. I knew I had the one lap pace, but I didn't know, because of obviously 40 car grid around track, like getting a gap to get that lap in, it's going to be very hard. But managed to actually get two very strong 12.2s in, so I was very happy with that. Yeah, my getaway was great. Probably the best launch I've had in this car. I've done a few practice starts, but none of them were as good as that. Yeah, and the first stint was just keeping. I'm going to butcher his name. Is it? How do I say?
It's Frelick, Simon Frelick.
Simon Frelick. Yes. I was under massive pressure from Simon in the first stint. DRS wasn't that strong, so even though he was able to keep within the ones, yeah, making a move into a turn one like that was always going to be difficult. Yeah, I saw him dip off, I presume, to go for an undercut. But because of the traffic, I assume he got caught up in some. And when I pitted about 3 laps later, the gap was basically the same as it was when, the pit stop cycle started. And then I had fresher tires, a little bit lighter car. I thought, right, cool, push. And that was it, really. Traffic was mental. I'm glad I've done like 4 seasons of VEC to deal with multi-class, because oh my god, it was pretty stressful. But yeah, I'm happy to take the win today.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just saying. I mean, just saying in the actual race itself, you seem to manage the traffic really, really well, and obviously your VEC exploits will have helped that a lot. Were you ever worried that Frelick would undercut you? I know, obviously, like I said, he pitted about 3 laps earlier, and he was very close. And he, like I said, I think it was just
Yeah,
that traffic
it was
was also a bit of
close.
an issue.
It was close because I've got quite a lot of teammates in this race. I think about a quarter of the grid was realish people. So we were all in TeamSpeak together. So I was like, okay, where's he gone? Has he spun? Oh no, he's pitted. Oh, okay, right. I've got to keep that in mind, because if he's pitted now, he was faster than me in the first. He was just quicker than me. He just couldn't find a way past. And I think today, my traffic management kind of won me the race. I was able to not lose as much time. But yeah, I was a little bit worried. I was like, where is he? Where is he? I drove into my box, tires out. I'm like, oh god, because it's so slow. So only 60 Ks. I'm like, oh my god, waiting to
Yeah.
turn the limiter off. But yeah, like I say, gap was about the same. So once I had the lead again, I was confident that I'd be able to keep it. And yeah, fresh tires, and that was it. Just push hard, have fun.
And have fun you did, and you ended up with the race. So will we be seeing you in the academy again, potentially maybe in other series in the career ladder, or do you think academy just for now? Get yourself bedded in and have a see league.
Yeah, I haven't decided what I want to do with this. This was just, you know what? I know a lot of people doing this. We're all going to do it, and have some fun, see what it's like, enjoy the mayhem, and I happened to win. But I'm not. I didn't plan for this. I just wanted to come and have some fun. But yeah, I'll definitely consider it. But yeah, I'll give it a day or two, see if my inbox is flooded with people wanting to sign me, etc., etc.
Well, I'm sure you will be getting it
All
plenty
that
of
fun
DMs.
stuff.
But no, thank you very much, Kieran. Well done again today. Hopefully,
good
we'll
job.
see you again. And like I said, pole and victory. Not a bad way to start your GPV career.
Well, it's not my first GPV race. I've done, I think, 1 academy race before, and I did a Super Cup race in 2016, which I got killed in turn 1, and I did a World GT race at Spa where I finished. But this is my first win and first pole. I'll take it.
Well, nevertheless, very well done, and we're fingers crossed we'll see you again.
Thank you very much.
So finally, we've got our second place driver, Frelick. He obviously very close to taking the undercut in your pit stop. Obviously, traffic a little bit too much for you today. But to talk me through your race, obviously, very close to Kieran all throughout, and just couldn't quite make that move.
Yeah, like I qualified 4th. I was quite surprised by everyone's pace and my pace. I was slow in qualifying, and I was just really hoping for a podium today, with other people's pace. But after the start, I got 3rd, and then jumped into 2nd. If I remember correctly, and I was keeping up with Kieran, or I don't remember his name, and sorry for misspelling it, but yeah, I was keeping up with him, and then on one lap I made a mistake and spun out. Luckily, I came back on the track pretty quickly, so the gap was still like 3 seconds. But yeah, I thought I will pit earlier, so I can make up the time and possibly overtake him. But as you mentioned, the traffic was just too much. One time, for example, on on the last corners, someone was pitting and just braked earlier, and I had to brake as well because we were on the fast corner, and I had to avoid him. But yeah, after what happened after that spin, I think P2 was a pretty good result.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are a couple of issues today. Obviously, the traffic was a bit of a mental. But do you think, had you got out onto, say, you'd got pole position, obviously Kieran taking great pole position. If you got pole, do you think you could have won? Do you think you had the pace to manage Kieran, or do you think it just with the traffic, with the bits and pieces around that, maybe second was just the best you could have got today?
Maybe like Kieran had the pace. We had like maybe equal pace, but because of DRS, I was uh, attacking him. So it maybe seemed like I was faster, but I think we had the same pace, and who knows how the race could have gone. But I still think that P2 is a strong result.
Yeah, and absolutely in your home race as well. It's not a bad finish after all. So thank you very much, Simon. Hopefully we'll see you in Academy and potentially Formula Challenge again. And again, well done second place today.
Thanks, Tom.
So that is your interviews for today. Rounded off, that is your podium runners and riders, first, second, third, Parkin, Frelick and Jacobs. We are back in a couple of weeks for the French Grand Prix around Circuit Paul Ricard. Long straight, so we're going to see lots of overtaking again there. Fingers crossed we'll have as great racing as we did today. And I think we will round it off there. So thank you very much to myself, obviously. Thank you, myself. Thank you, Rodrigo Carvalho, for obviously helping me commentate today. Thank you for Sandeep Singh for the first part and for Rob Mason for the cameraman extraordinaires. And like I said, we will see you for the French Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time. We've got Formula Challenge tomorrow from Baku itself. So if you want to catch some Formula Challenge driving, come around about the same time tomorrow, 7:30.
Videos, click on the subscribe button, or check out more of our exciting sim racing action by choosing a video. For more information on the league, visit gpvwc.com.